Good morning. Welcome to episode 22 of Wicked Recovery. I'm going to make a quick disclaimer and apology. It is raining and dark. My eyes are not focusing well this morning, so I got to keep on the glasses, which means there'll be a glare and you're going to hear raindrops. Now that we got all that crap out of the way, let's continue. According to my sobriety tracker on my phone, I have been sober for 5 months, 3 weeks, and 1 or 2 days. Can't remember. Yay. I was trying to decide this morning about what my tip of the week would be. And when I got into my car and plugged in my phone, like I do, sometimes it randomly will just play a song. And it played a song. I had to go ahead and listen to the whole song, which was dangerous. It's not as dangerous now, later in sobriety, as it would have been the first week, because this song could act as a trigger. It is the song, okay, what's it called? I think it's called Addicted. Not sure. I'm blanking. You would think I would know because it's would definitely be from the soundtrack of my life. And it's, anyway, the song is by the band Muse. And that song, I tried to give you up, but I'm addicted. How apropos. However, it led me to today's tip. Because you can be addicted to far more than just substances, obviously. You can be addicted to people, and that song was kind of the theme song to my very short, very sexually charged and volatile second marriage. That was definitely our song. So when I hear it, I think of that. And my point was, be careful of your friendships. You don't have to lose all your friends when you decide to finally be sober. However, there may be some people you should think about letting go of. Most of your friends, to me, in my opinion, if they're truly your friends, they will support you and do whatever they need to do to help you in your sobriety and to help you be healthy because they love you. Again, if you're young, if you're in your 20s and you're used to party people, it could be that most, if not all, of your friends are party people. You will quickly realize who is your real friend and who isn't, because, as I said, your real friends who care about the actual you and not just partying with you will not give you a hard time in your sobriety. They won't give you a guilt trip for not coming out with them anymore. They won't tempt you. You get it. I'm sure you get it. But here's something that I've noticed. I was dating somebody this last year from February until October. Around the time my mom died, I had to cut him loose for a multitude of reasons. I know he did care about me. I know he did love me. However, there was a little red flag moment in May when I first tried to achieve the sobriety I now have. In May, on Mother's Day, I think my second ex, the addicted dude, he gave me a giant bottle of wine for Mother's Day because he is like a party friend but never really loved me, like cared about my health kind of thing. So he gave me that, and since I was only about 17 days sober, I used that. I was like, woohoo, okay, and I drank. And I used to call him my sweetie, the person I dated last year for a while. He didn't encourage me to drink, but I was realizing that I was having issues with being attracted to him or being interested in physical interactions without alcohol. I don't know, I don't remember, I don't think I've done a video about this actual thing yet, but I probably will give a whole video just to sexual attraction and the role that alcohol might play in that. I was having issues as I was being sober, or as I was getting sober. I was realizing I don't really want to be physically close to this person at all. And told him, I was open, and I was very, it's not you, it's me, it's the alcohol. Without the alcohol, I don't really feel attracted. He lost a lot of points in my book when he gave me permission to drink. And I took him up on it because that's all I really wanted in those early days of sobriety, which they didn't take, obviously. I didn't officially get sober until August 1st. I didn't officially get sober until August 1st. However, I tried twice before then last year. And one of the times he said, well, maybe you could just drink like on the weekends, like when we're together. Maybe if you just allow yourself like one glass. You know, all I heard, that part I tuned out. That was white noise. But before that, I heard him saying, just drink on the weekends. And as if I didn't have years of experience trying to mitigate and relegate and all the other words, control the alcohol, I used that as permission, as this is your boyfriend and he loves you. And he thinks maybe just do it over the weekends. So I was like, okay. But you know what? In the very, very back of my head, there was a voice that said, he would not suggest that to you if he truly loved you. Especially him. He gave up alcohol 20 years ago. I don't know that he ever did AA meetings or ever called himself an alcoholic, but he knew he needed to stop, and he stopped. He also gave up smoking. He's pretty good, apparently, at when he decides he's done, he stops, and that's it. So in a way, I guess he's not really an addict, because it doesn't seem that he had a whole huge struggle with it. So when he said, maybe you should just try drinking it on the weekend, let's do an experiment, I was thrilled. My addiction was thrilled, but my inner self that knew that you can't have a drop was disappointed and realized, that's some bad advice for someone you love. So after that tangent there, be careful with your friends. You don't have to lose your friends. You can even keep up with your party friends, maybe. But pay attention to those red flags. Pay attention to those times when your friends or your loved ones say things like, oh, I wish we could party. I wish we could go drink. My second ex, I have told you before, lives in my basement because we bought a house and we live in the part of the world, which is probably every part of the world these days, that is extremely pricey, and neither of us can afford the house on our own, so we just decided to stay there. We don't see each other much at all. He's in the basement. We have our son, and our son, I mean, he has both parents in the house, so it's normal for him. And we don't fight. We get along. The divorce is like 5 years in the past now, so the worst is over, I hope. It seems like it. But every so often, he says, are you still doing the no alcohol thing? And I'm like, yep, I am. And he's like, okay. Because I was wondering, because I would love to just go out with you to a bar and just, you know, for old time's sake, just party it up. And of course there's a side of me It's very small nowadays, and it's actually so far back that I don't hear from it much. But of course, there's a side of me that's like, me too. I would, the escape from the world and from my reality, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it's tempting. We had about a decade of debauchery and volatile stuff. I mean, it was very charged. It was very intoxicating. It was also ridiculously unhealthy. So the only really good thing that came out of it was my son and, pretty cool house I live in. So that was some scattered stuff. That'll be the end of that. Pay attention to those comments that friends might make, and then evaluate if they really need to stay in your circle now that you're healthy or getting healthy. And then my book recommendation, I can't remember if I recommended this one last week. I might have, because I finished it at least 2 weeks ago. The Dorito Effect. I've already forgotten the dude's name, but the Dorito Effect was quite interesting. I wish everybody in the world would read it, but it's not everybody's interest, I'm sure. It's all about the food we eat every day and what it does to us, but it's not just talking about, obesity. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much more about the genetically modified stuff and how food doesn't taste the way it used to. It really doesn't taste the way it was meant to taste, and why and what to do about it. It had a nice ending, a hopeful ending. So great book. And with that, I think I will bid you adieu and wish for you a lovely week of health and healthy friendships. And I hope to see you again here next week. Take care. Peace.